Welcome back to this already the final segment of today's Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. You know, I had a little fun earlier, having a little political conversation with our good friend Bob Lozer, and he talked about Hillary Clinton and the fact that the media loves Hillary, still does, even despite the fact that they've been handled like cattle by her. I mean, they literally heard them around, the media around like cattle. I've never seen anything like it, of them being roped and this rope separating them so she could be with her people. You know, it's bizarre, almost like royal family type of a treatment expected. But, you know, in spite of this love, and she's, in spite of the fact, walking around with career-ending problems for any other politician, these things are going to continue to pound, and they're going to continue to be a nightmare. Here's an example of what I'm talking about from Fox News.
Being subpoenaed to turn over her emails back in March, Hillary Clinton has repeatedly said she never sent or received any classified information, starting with this comment 5 months ago.
I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. I am confident that I never sent nor received any information that was classified at the time it was sent and received.
Are you confident that those 4 emails were not classified at the time that you were transmitting them, sending them and receiving them?
Yes. I did not receive anything that was marked as classified. But the facts are pretty clear. I did not send nor receive anything that was classified at the time.
Well, now the FBI is investigating, and Mike Emanuel is live in Washington with all the details for us. Good morning, Mike.
Patty Ann, good morning. 2 of the emails were found to be containing top secret information, and 2 others are still being assessed to determine the proper classification for them. The AP reports Clinton attorney David Kendall gave the Justice Department 3 thumb drives yesterday containing copies of Hillary Clinton's work-related emails that went through her personal server. Clinton campaign spokesman Nick Merrill said last night, quote, she directed her team to give her email server that was used during her tenure as secretary to the Department of Justice, as well as a thumb drive containing copies of her emails already provided to the State Department. House Speaker John Boehner in a statement said, quote, it's about time. Secretary Clinton's previous statements that she possessed no classified information were patently untrue. Her mishandling of classified information must be fully investigated. House Benghazi Chairman Republican Trey Gowdy noted, quote, the IC, the Intelligence Community Inspector General, revealed Secretary Clinton's emails and server contain not just top secret classified information, but compartmented classified intelligence not releasable to foreigners, which must be noted in the timing of this announcement. As for the State Department, it says, quote, Department employees circulated these emails on unclassified systems in 2009 and 2011, and ultimately some were forwarded to Secretary Clinton. They were not marked as classified. Yet this is clearly not over. The State Department's internal watchdog is saying it is reviewing the personal communications hardware and software of Clinton's former aides and will follow the facts wherever they lead.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, what did that remind you of, all of those denials? It reminded me of
Bill Clinton.
No, Barack Obama. Well, he's good too. Barack Obama, you will be able to keep your doctor.
Oh,
you
sure.
will be able to keep your doctor over and over and over
your
again.
Insurance plan.
The more emphatic these politicians are on both sides, the more emphatic they are and the more repetitive they are, the bigger the lie.
Yeah, and her first statement sounded verbatim exactly in the intonation and everything, like I did not have sex with that, woman, Miss Lewinsky, that kind of stuff that we heard from Bill Clinton. So, I mean, obviously she learned well from her husband, but ultimately, where's this going to go? Probably nowhere.
Yeah, it's not likely to go anywhere. First of all, the GOP is so cowardly. They lack tenacity. That's one more reason why, again, Donald Trump is surging in the polls, is the fact that, he is not going to be handling things with kid glove. I think about, what's his name, Gowdy, the
Gowdy.
chairman. Imagine if Donald Trump was the chairman. that committee.
Right.
Holy mackerel,
Right.
it would be, the way he would take her out would be amazing, and we keep talking about the Trump phenomenon because he kind of is a phenomenon and certainly makes for interesting stories. All right, do want to mention, of course, the show brought to you in part by super interns as well as the others we mentioned earlier, and I do want to mention some great new content again at priceofbusiness.com. Have a great day. Spend it wisely right here on this station.